Hello, everybody. Um, so, I'm going to try to explain in a video something that's already been explained multiple times in the forums for Hawken, how to set up your mic in order to make it to work. Now, I actually have Windows 8.1 Pro with Media Center. I don't know if this will work for everybody. However, the instructions seem to be pretty standard for everybody. And there seems to be a snag that Hawken will not allow certain mics to be able to play if certain settings are enabled on your Windows uh, control panel in the sound. So I'm going to show you a quick brief way of how to do that. Unfortunately, not much of it happens in Hawken, at least not until after you've set your other settings. So I'm going to window out of Hawken here real quick, and I do that by hitting my calculator. As you can see, I'm using Shadow Play, so these preferences actually work with Shadow Play, and hopefully all that'll work for you. All right, so one of the things that I like to do is I'm actually started up using Twitch, and Twitch for Hawken. I'm not broadcasting right now. I'm just doing a video for the moment to set up to YouTube. But one of the things about this is the setting that we're about to change actually is using by default Hawkins mic for Twitch, and it's not allowing it to go to Hawken. So I'm not actually getting both mic to work with that. So I don't know the exact technicalities as what's in the code of what's going on, but this is going to hopefully help you out. Again, I said I'm using Windows 8.1. I do happen to like the desktop browser that they have with theirs, so I use that. Um, and for those that don't know, if you right click on this little window icon here, you bring up this, and we want the control panel. You know, if you already know where your control panel is, and I believe 7 is set up like the old way of XP and Vista, so just go to wherever your control panel is. Once you're there, click on Sound, and this is where all the magic happens. As you can see, my mic is already hooked up and ready to go. It's set in as a default device, so all that's good. Um, Yours might come in here to where your default areas are, and we're going over to the recording tab. Going to click on microphone. Make sure it is set as your default. If it's not, click on set default, click apply, and there you go. Hopefully you'll see some bars here bouncing up and down. If not, you may have to restart after you've made this as your default. Then we want to click on properties after that's highlighted. So the microphone properties here, the main thing we're going to do here is go to our levels. We want to make sure microphone. We want to make sure that it says 100, and then your microphone boost. Once you actually do get it activated, you're going to hear a lot of static in it when it's being used on Hawken. No, your mic is not broken. No, it's not a bad mic or anything like that. Or at least I assume it's not. You just have to turn your microphone boost down. Don't turn it all the way down. I actually have mine set at the lowest decibel that it'll preset allow me to go. But it does give me enough to actually get my sound out there. So this is one of the things you could tweak after you get it enabled. But start out maybe 10 or even halfway. Mine goes up to 2 decibels. Set it at 1 if that's what you want to do. Actually, mine goes up to 3 decibels. Sorry about that if that got a little loud there for you. But set it at 1 or 1 or 10, whatever. Excuse me. Goes up to 30. My bad. So once you've got that, this is unmuted, this is on, this is going. Go over to the Advanced tab here. Now this is what most people actually have an issue with, and this is really what blocks it from being able to be played while inside Hawken. Your exclusive mode. This is usually selected. You want to deselect this, and this is allow applications to take exclusive control of this device, meaning that a certain application, in this case Twitch, or even your browser, whatever else is in the background already running prior to actually starting up Hawken, will take exclusive control of your microphone. And unfortunately, because exclusivity, whatever, however you say it, does not allow others to use that system. So in this case, you would want to deselect the exclusive mode, and that'll actually make it so that you're able to speak on both Twitch, um, Skype, Team Chat, and TeamSpeak, excuse me, um, and actually be able to still push to talk or free talk, however you have your settings, inside the game of Hawken. So once you've applied all this, make sure you've applied these steps as well as your levels here. You should be good. Some of you may have this step for enhancements. You can disable all sound effects if you want, whatever. It doesn't really have any effect on anything else. But levels and advanced is your two tabs here that you really want to make sure you have applied and set up. Again, you want to make sure that you're seeing these little bars here as you're going, just to make sure your microphone is working. And then once you've done that, you can click OK, close out of your control panel, and go into the game. Now, go to Settings. Once you're in your settings here, go to Audio. Now, you can also check your key bindings. Push to talk is space bar. Actually, your push to talk by default is control, left control or right control. I have actually changed mine because I use a controller and I have it set up as a space bar there, and then I also have that set up on my controller for other things, whatever. But the thing is that's my push to talk button, meaning that unless I'm pressing that button, if that is enabled, that feature is enabled, which I'll explain here in a moment, nobody will hear me. So nobody will hear me in the game of Hawken. So now, once I've got that, that's usually self-explanatory. Everybody knows that. Go to audio settings. I do have my push to talk set up for my spacebar area in case your right or left control buttons. Your reduce volume on push to talk, I have left that as active and I've set it at halfway. I haven't got much feedback, so I don't know how this is working for others. However, when I hear people, their voices come through just fine. I don't know. Maybe I could press this up a little bit here. I don't know. If I'm talking, I guess it's supposed to take out some of the explosion sounds in my own ears. I don't know. But play with that. I've kept mine at halfway just to be on the safe side, whatever. My mic volume, I have turned it down. I think by default it's all the way at max. And as same as with push to talk volume reduction, all the way up to 1. So in this case, your mic volume, this is where, same way with your boost, these are the two things you want to kind of adjust so that you don't sound like as you hear many people do. Typically it's your mic boost in Windows, like I showed you earlier, and this button right here, the mic volume. Once you hit that sweet spot, people will respond to you nicely. Believe it or not, it's not a dead community out there. People do have mics, and it's just not very often used because the system is somewhat broken. Which is sad because in this game you really do need sound. It's a community game, teamwork, and your mic is not just a crutch, but I mean it's a handy tool to have. Other player volume I've put at 1. That is, I've left at max, and the reason for that is because I can hear them better. I mean, like I said, I can hear them just fine. So you can test this, and I'm going to show you what that sounds like here real quick. Testing.
Testing.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
Now, for some reason, when you test, what you may hear in your ear seems to be a lot louder than what they're actually hearing. And that's typically because their set of push-to-talk volume reduction may already be there, or their other player volume may be all the way down here. So kind of test it around, see how how it sounds with other people, but make sure it sounds good for yourself. If you're just not sure if it's working for you, hit test here, see if it works. If it works here, you're on the right step. Uh, Now, one other thing that I need to make sure that everybody knows: make sure that when you actually are doing your adjustments in the control panel, make sure the game is turned off. Or if you do all that, click apply, confirm, get it all set, make sure you at least restart the game of Hawken. I don't know if this has a huge effect on some people, but it seems to help if you do get snagged into something. It kind of refreshes the system and clears the your memory, and it makes everything set in. So once you do get all this working, there is one other way to do it. To go in and check, and all you have to do there is go into Team Deathmatch or wherever, someplace that you're going to see other people in there, and hit your tab button to the score. When you actually see the score, you'll see a little mic or a speaker showing an audible sound. That actually shows that your speaker is going out. It's being recognized by Hawken. All you got to do at that point is ask if other people can hear you. So I hope this has helped you. If not, there is one other place here that I should have given credit at the beginning of this video. I do apologize. But I learned all this from the community here at Hawken, through this thread here, or how do you work the mic. Now, if you just Google, if you don't know where this website is, although you should, because this is part of the community that you had to sign up for in order to play Hawken. If you just Google how do you work the mic in Hawken through your Google search, this will pop up. On the very second, not the first one, this is where the problem is, and this is the solution here. On the second posting here, Elix here, good guy Elix, he has created a step-by-step solution to what I just told you. So I hope it does help everybody. Again, it's worked for me. I don't know if it's going to work for everybody. So far, from what I've seen, it's really just a matter of adjusting your settings in your own control panel in Windows, and that does seem to work for most everybody. So good luck and happy gaming.